Please welcome puppeteer and the creator of Galaxy Express, Peter Bond, on this episode of TriumphAnts Family Conversations. Peter, take us to the beginning.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Jack's a no-show,
and the
Amy's
creator
in
of
the
Galaxy
hospital,
Express,
and I can never
Peter
get a
Bond,
hold of Madison.
on
But I'm
this
doing
episode
just
of
fine.
Cool. Well, this is going to be fun. My life story is when I was a kid, I was really creative and built a lot of stuff. And then in about second grade, I had a head injury and I got a knock on my head, and I stopped being creative for some reason. I kind of had some trouble with my head and thinking. And then so it wasn't until maybe about 10 years ago when my son he would have been 4. I started making sock puppets and fabric puppets and things like that. And, it just got my creativity rolling again. So I started making bigger and better puppets and things out of like foam latex, like you see on Star Wars, silicone. And so I started doing that. Wrote a play and put on a stage play for a few years, and then lately I've been making films with my puppets, writing and directing and doing all that. So that's a lot of fun now. So that's kind of the most interesting thing about me. Where have you seen puppets that you like?
Someone to the side of me is saying The Thing.
Oh, The Thing. Oh, that's a really good one. Yeah, they use a lot of good practical effects in that, and all sorts of like fun, gooey latex things. And I was making a bunch of random, like gooey things that I could turn into creatures, and I have all these sorts of faces, like half faces and stuff that are just stuff that I had to throw away. But that'd be a good like John Carpenter's The Thing if I just like put a bunch of these guys together and like random arm things and creature. So yeah, I love John Carpenter's The Thing. That's one of the really good ones. They got a lot of good creepy stuff, or like Critters. Critters is a good one, an old one that uses puppets. I got a critter right here that I made. I made this weird looking creature guy. He's kind of like you could probably see if it, like John Carpenter's The Thing, if the thing got into a puppy or something. So yeah, that's kind of what I like too. I don't necessarily just like puppet movies. I like where it's all puppets. I like it where it's puppets are part of live actors. Are there some other movies that you like that you can think of that have like creature effects? Is what I would call it.
Like the asteroid worm and Yoda from Star Wars.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, here I got a sort of a worm type. This is my space leviathan that I got in my film. So he's here. Let me see if I can get his mouth moving. But he's oh, there we go. Yeah, so he's kind of my space worm thing from Star Wars. I have a couple of those guys, and then I have some furry guys and like some more like Yoda characters, Like this guy. This guy is one of my new favorite guys, and he the thing in his mouth right now, but he is made out of foam latex, and he's got some nice blinking eye action like Yoda did. But yeah, so I love Star Wars and those sorts of guys. They use the same kind of skills that I do in all those sorts of movies.
Any particular movie that inspires your work? Maybe like The Dark Crystal or Labyrinth?
How about Labyrinth? Yeah, I love that movie. That's probably my biggest inspiration is that movie. There's so many cool, funny characters, and I like the scary stuff, but I also like the funny characters, and that's why I make a lot of funny looking puppet characters that aren't super scary, but they're a little bit scary, So sometimes I use them for some scary-ish type stuff.
Hey, are you in your shop? Can you show us around some?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm in. So here, I'll show you around. So this is my shop. So there's that guy. Here's another guy. Here's the dog guy again. But this is my shop. But I got like a nice paint booth right there. It's got an air fan that sucks some of, not enough of the toxic fumes that I used to spray my creatures with. But and here's some of my guys that I got out for you. So this guy's made out of silicone, and his eyes do blink, but his mechanism's not working right now. So, but he's a new guy. And then let's see, and then this guy, where's that foam latex? This guy, he's made out of foam latex. So those are some different materials. You can see this is more like a sponge, and this one's more hard. It doesn't wrinkle as much, and it looks a little bit more like skin. But it's also heavy, so it gets some stuff there that you don't like. But yeah, that's pretty much I got all sorts of just weird stuff everywhere. I got a bucket of head and body parts there. I got sculpting things falling all over. But yeah, that's my shop. It's just a tiny little place. You can build creatures pretty much anywhere, as long as you got a little bit of room.
Can you tell us about your TV show pilot?
The show, yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like Star Trek. It's kind of like a mix between Star Trek and Star Wars. And it's a TV show that I am trying to make. So I've made the first episode, and I'm just finishing it up, putting in all the. So we've shot the main footage, but we need to put in like stars in the background of the spaceship and things like that. So visual effects and like laser blasts and all that sort of fun stuff. And so right now it's in what's called post production, and hopefully it will turn into enough people will like it enough once we show them the first episode, and they will want us to make more. And then we'll make a whole series.
Is a show like Galaxy Express an easy show to make, or does it take some effort?
Oh, it's very hard. Yes, it is. It is very, 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 very hard. You have to put in. I think we're on year 2.5 on the show. So it didn't take. Took only a couple months to film, but it took probably about 6 months before that to make all the sets, build all the sets, and make sure all the creatures were right, and build some new creatures, and just get everything set up. So it's a lot of prep, and then after that, things just take time because you have to wait on other parties. Things take time when you don't have a lot of money to spend. Because you have to wait on other people to help you with some music and help you make sound good, so it doesn't sound like you just recorded on your phone or something like that. And again, the visual effect. So yeah, it takes a long time, so you have to have patience when you're filming.
Is it possible to interview one of your cast?
Yeah, absolutely. This guy, let's see, this guy's Boomer, and he's got like a British accent. So you have some questions for me?
Are you a gremlin?
I'm scared of gremlins.
What character do you play in the show?
Character I play. See, I was just putting on a voice there. I'm actually a trained English actor. The part that I play is his name is Boomer, and he's kind of a nincompoop. He's the mechanic on the ship.
Now we're going to watch a clip of Galaxy Express. I don't know which one yet, because I guess as an associate producer of the pilot TV show, I was given the task and the permission to cut my own piece. Nevertheless, can you tell us about the plot?
Oh, definitely. The name of the movie is Galaxy Express. And the plot is my fellow shipmates and I get into a little bit of trouble when we're supposed supposed to be delivering a package. We try to take a shortcut, and it doesn't go very well. Then we get attacked by fire and a giant space leviathan. Space legion. And we ran out of gas. But we get there. And we deliver the package.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your character?
I am actually one of the biggest heroes, even though I'm the smallest character. I saved the captain on multiple occasions, and let's see, let me count. 1, 2, I believe 3 times I saved the day. So I'm kind of the coolest guy on the ship. Ask anyone.
What if we were to ask one of the other crew members what they think of you?
Oh, no. That's a bad idea. Trust me, they all believe I'm the best.
Can you tell us about any of the other characters?
Would you like to meet one of the other characters? Hello, my name is Frogguy. I am a crew member on Galaxy Express.
We just saw a clip from Galaxy Express. Seemed like there's lots of fighting and action.
Totally action-packed. You will not be bored. Trust me.
We just spoke with one of your most heroic crew members, Boomer. What do you think of Boomer?
Oh, don't trust a word out of his mouth. He's a liar.
Oh, wow. Well, what is your role on the ship?
Well, I have best role of all, of course. I am the ship navigator. So basically, if I don't tell them where to go, they'll get lost.
How do you get along with your creator and producer, Peter Bond?
I don't want to get lost. I'm stuck on ship with them. He's a bit intrusive. Prodding and poking lots. It's uncomfortable.
Ouch. Does Peter have one of those Hollywood personalities then?
No, definitely not. He is just amateur.
Okay. How about the other cast and crew?
And they're alright. Nothing special. Captain's kind of a doofus, to be honest.
Welcome back, Peter. Before we let you go, I'm just wondering how you came up with the idea and why you make a TV show.
That's a good question. I have these stories in my head, and I just kind of am driven to do it. I just have this passion that I got to get out. Otherwise, I'll be bored. So I have a lot of energy sometimes. I just need to put it somewhere. So that's why it's fun. I like doing it. I like making the creatures, and I like writing the stories, and I like doing the filming and editing, and so mainly that's the main reason that it's fun. It's something that I enjoy doing.
Do you have any advice for anyone who might be watching that may also be artistically gifted or who'd like to make their own films?
Yeah, just keep doing it and keep trying. I think I when I'm building puppets, probably about 75% of the time it goes wrong. Things all never work right. When I'm trying to make a character blink or when I'm trying to make a movement look realistic, it doesn't work right. So I end up having to cut into a character and do some surgery and make it work right. But I guess just persistence. So yeah, practice and persistence, and just keep doing it and have fun with it. Because I guess if you expect that you're going to get it wrong a lot, then it's not a big deal. It's just part of the process. You're just So how about I have an idea. How about I'll tell you a little bit about how I make it. So generally, what I do is I'll start out with a sculpture. So if you were to think if this was like made out of clay, I'll take a lump of clay, big old bag of lump of clay, and I'll carve into it, and I'll use sculpting tools and paint brushes and all sorts of stuff to get it to a certain shape. And then when it's in a certain shape, I will make a mold out of it. So I will take that sculpture, I'll spray it with a bunch of sealant so it doesn't the molding material, which is like cement, doesn't stick to it. And then I'll encase it in a mold so it'll look like this. It'll be like that, a big giant block of cement. But you got to make sure that you can separate it. And then when I pull the clay back out, and I pour in like either silicone or foam latex, and then I've got like pour it in there. What I do is I pour a big bunch of it in there, or a little bunch of it silicone, and then I put this part, which is the inside. So this is called the negative, and then this is the core. And the core is what you do put in to make sure that you have room inside of the sculpture when it comes out. So you can get in there. So basically, you just determine how thick of a skin you want to be. So for this one, you have there we go, the mold, the inside stuff, and then the very inside stuff, and then you squash it all together, and you make it in, and you let it cook, or you let it cure, depending upon if it's silicone or foam latex. This one's foam latex. You have to actually cook it, and then you pull it out, and you've got a sort of this color skin, and then you have to paint it. I use different types of paints to spray paint it, and there's different kind of special paints that you got to use on silicone latex. But yeah, that's kind of, I think a lot of people maybe don't know about how the process of that. So that's what I do, and then I make like a foam body for them, and arms, and here's some arms. I usually have some separate arms, and then I just put like a little foam tube attached to that to make an arm. And let me see if I got here's a nice looking, just kind of, that's what a body looks like. And then you throw an arm on it, and you throw some legs on it, and you got yourself in a head, and you've got yourself a creature.
Hey, Peter. Thanks for joining us on TriumphAnts Family Entertainment. Would you mind coming back to speak with us after the premiere of Galaxy Express?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to come back.